Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodontic Society, and I have just got back from a meeting with our headquarters now that's in Grapevine, Texas, and it's something else to see. We have such a modern thing going on, and the projection in the building is unreal, and the things you can see there. And I was interested in teaching and getting orthodontics a little bit further along down the line, and this thing of restorative dentistry through orthodontics is a huge amount of orthodontics out there that's not being touched, to the older stuff, but you could have that in children too. And so I want to go through one of the cases I've got here was done 53 years ago. We restored this young lady with orthodontics, and I want to run through it real quick. But that's not just for older people, but it's for younger people. So I'm going to get started here, and I'll try to not take too much time showing it. But here's a young lady. This was in 1971 when we started her. And I hope she's still alive today. She was just a real lively little girl, and we enjoyed her and everybody, and you could pick at her, and she'd come right up back at you. And she has 9.5 teeth missing, and that's kind of an unusual amount. But what I call a half, she's got a lateral on this side missing, and she's got a pig lateral over here, and I call that a half tooth. And there's 4 bicuspids are missing, and 4 12-year molars or or wisdom teeth are missing too. And I'm going to go through this pretty fast. And she had other problems, deep bite and a little cross bite, and just missing teeth with baby teeth here that last a while, but we wanted to fix her up where this would last the rest of her life. And over here we're missing these permanent teeth under there, and we're missing two molars back in the back. We have a 6-year molars and the wisdom teeth, or else the 12-year molars what's left. And we got a deep bite and several just simple things to do. And this was in 1971. And you put that together, and today, that would be 53 years ago. We were starting with this. And still, there's very little of this done, especially in permanent teeth. And I try to present this to the board. I mean, that's what our organization needs. And they said, well, we don't have anybody to teach it. And I thought myself, look at what we've already been doing. I looked at some work that a young man up in North Dakota showed me. And I had spoken in North Dakota and South Dakota and in a lot of these northern states many times years ago. And he showed me some of his work, and he had some work that was restorative orthodontics in children. Now I'm going to just go real fast here and show you this. Now we said, well, we'll have to take this out. It's a deep bite case, and we had someone remove the deciduous teeth that were over the empty gaps in there, and we had to come back. Now, if you're looking down on this, we've got that's a cuspid, and so there's a lateral missing in here. And this lateral over here is just a little peg lateral, and then these bicuspids are missing, and then there's two more molars back in the back. Well, it'd be 4. And so I said we have 9 1/2 missing teeth here. I'm calling this a half one. Right there, we had to crown that. And you'll open that other and put a bridge in that gap. Now, right after we took those out, we started working on this with a reverse headgear. And this is a neat reverse headgear. It fits over the head, and you can throw the hair one way and then throw it back, and you won't even see that hair, that strap over the ears. And so we used this. We were kidding her and joking with her, and she didn't mind wearing that at all. And I told her, we're going to pick your back teeth and close all these spaces up, except the one in the front where we had to open the cuspid. This was the cuspid was right up against that, so we opened that up and put a artificial tooth in here. And over here we made some space, and we came in and put a crown on that, or somebody crowned that for her, and we pulled all those spaces together with that reverse headgear. And now here it is, a good while later. We've opened the space here. We're going to crown that tooth right there, and this will be a bridge, and we'll make a cantilever off of that and put a crown on that. That's something you can't bridge them real early when they're small. And the teeth are turned around and they open the bite, everything. And this is the lower arch after we got through closing that. And here's the reverse headgear that we have. You wear this thing on your chin, and it has some deal running behind your ears and comes over the strap, and you young ladies can pull the hair back, put the strap up there, and pull it back over, and you can't even see this thing hardly. And you've got to run your elastics from here right through the lips, where the lips separate there, so you won't be pulling it down or up. And you can put a force to bring these teeth forward, and you can pull both upper or lower, or however you want to. You close those spaces up. And so we wore that, and you can see the 6-year molar now is up against the bicuspid, where the bicuspid was gone in that area. Now here it is on the x-ray, so you can see this. And she's 12 years of age. Now these teeth you have to get out, and you could keep them, but they're going to go bad in a time. And so we're missing, probably, she's 12 years old. These are most likely wisdom teeth, and they have drifted forward in here, so she's 12 years of age and they're not there. And same thing over here, so we'll say that she's missing her 12-year molars back in the back, so that's 4 teeth there, 4 bicuspids here, and there's a tooth. This is that cuspid that's right up against the central, so we had to push this tooth back and put a bridge in this part, and we crowned this portion here, right there, had it crowned. Now you can see, now this is after we had pushed this in, we opened the space here for this bridge that we'd have to have, and here we are going to crown this tooth and fix it. And now here's a wisdom tooth coming up in here in that area. And this is 1972, that's a year after we started, maybe a little over a year, and she's 13, and that didn't take long to go close that space and open this other space. And here we go in 1973. This is coming along about this good condition here. Now this tooth, you're going to have to let it come up in this area. Now sometimes you don't want to wait and get everything else finished in here. So we'll fix a retainer that holds this tooth up and doesn't let it drop down while we wait on this wisdom tooth to come up in here and fill that gap. Now here it is in 05. Now that was, let me see, this is 11 in 1973, 11/5 of 73, and here it is in 05, 2005, here. And if you figure that up, that's several years ago, and it's still holding up good. And this is the mouth, this crown, this bridge on the, worked off of the the cuspid, and here we crown that little peg lateral, and these wisdom teeth that came drifting up like that. And of course you have to wait a long time for that to happen. And let me go back, and you see where that wisdom tooth, both of them over there, you put a retainer in there to keep this tooth in place, in this place over here, and here about 50, this didn't take but a few years before that tooth came up in underneath there. Now this is restorative dentistry through orthodontics, and we don't think about it being children, where you can do this for children or not. Now, if you look at this, she's had some resorption of the roots of the centrals, and let's go back and look at that. And the centrals, let's see, here's one central, and there's another one, and it's got some resorption there when we started, and when we finished, it had some. But I have been practicing for over 60 years, and I have never lost a tooth from root resorption, but we moved them in place and kept it, everything lined up. They got this in and had the braces, the bridge and crown put in. So I want to thank you for watching, but I want you to understand that this is a much better way to do orthodontics rather than going in here and extracting teeth and putting bridges all over the mouth and then extracting the wisdom teeth. So we've used everything she has, and here about 50 years, that much later, we came in, and this is the way it looks. So thank you for watching, and I hope you get something from this. And I primarily wish the people in my own organization would look at this and see what can be done. And when you do mixed restorative dentistry with orthodontics. So I'm going to say goodbye, and we'll close out then.